Well, it's a quiet morning on the homestead, and today we're going to do things slightly different. Well, maybe more than slightly. At last count, I've done 390 videos. So I've been doing this for a while, and I've noticed a trend. This time of year, it's late July, pretty soon we're going into August. All of the major gardeners are pivoting from the summer vegetables into the fall and winter vegetables. Pretty soon, all the videos on tomatoes and cucumbers and peppers and squash are going to go away, and everybody's going to start talking about brassicas, or everybody's going to start talking about broccoli and Brussels sprouts and that sort of thing. But that's where you have the drop off. Drop off meaning a lot of people don't grow those things. A lot of people don't want to grow those things. So they just pack up. Wait till spring. I'm going to ask you to bear with me because this video, like I said, is going to be different. What you normally have are people who start gardening at the end of the first frost, which in my case is April 26th, and they plant vegetables that take about 3 months to grow. So when you get to about this time of year, they're pretty much done. But you don't have to be. I can pretty much guarantee you that nobody's talking about this, and that is the fact that you have plenty of time to still grow a lot of the vegetables that you like. Excuse my my handwriting print, whatever you want to call my chicken scratch here, but I took the liberty to write this down. I've been researching this for a while, and this is the sunrise and sunset for October 25th. Now, there's a reason why I chose this date. Uh, 10 hours and 48 minutes of sun. Still, in October, still. The reason why I chose this date is because that is the frost date. That's the date that we are expected to have the first frost. This is from the Farmer's Almanac. It's not 100% accurate, but it gives you an idea of when you have the first frost. The April 26th date was the last frost date going into the spring. Now, I want to take a quick minute to explain something. In researching this video, I went to check the 5 reasons why most people garden at home. The 5 top reasons why people garden at home. And the one that keeps coming up is to save money. On this one particular list, uh, it says reduce stress, exercise, save money, greater nutrition, and better taste. Those are the 5 reasons why people garden. But if the goal is to save money, why are you only gardening for, well, it's my chickens over there, they're carrying on. Why are you only gardening for half of the time that you have to garden? Things like these, it says pole beans on here, but this time of year, if you're going to plant uh, bush beans, take a little less time. And what I've decided to do is to give you 12, yes, 12 things that you can plant, actually literally until August the 1st, and still have a harvest of things that you like to grow during the summer. The summer doesn't really end when you have your harvest in July. I'm going to put a link to the Farmer's Almanac in the bottom of this video, because that way you can find out when your frost date is. Um, like I said, mine is October the 25th, Believe it or not, that gives me 181 growing days. People don't realize that. I think that we've fallen into this complacency. We have just pretty much picked up where our parents and grandparents left off, and that's what they did, so that's what we do, and that we don't make any effort to grow anything beyond that. But if part of the reason why you're gardening is to save money, it's like going to a restaurant and eating half a meal. Why would you stop growing in July when we have the technology, when we have the information on hand that tells us that we can garden well into the fall? We have the warm temperatures, we have the sunlight, and I don't see any reason why we shouldn't go for it. We don't have to pivot to collard greens and cabbage and kale. I love all those things, don't get me wrong. But if you like cucumbers, you can grow cucumbers in 60 days. So if you do the math and you plant cucumbers on August the 1st, just do the math for your area. Like I said, you can go, I don't know if we have a lot of viewers from the UK, so I can't really tell you what the number is going to be. It depends on what zone you're in, but you can punch that in and find out. I know bush beans will take you 60 days. Cucumbers, also 60 days. Peas is another one. You can grow peas in 60 days. Let's go with mustard greens. Mustard greens, 55 days. Excuse me. Squash. You can grow squash in 50 days. So these are all things that you can grow. Well, if you're in zone 6, if you're in zone 7, 8, 9, anywhere from most likely zone 5 on down, you can still plant these guys as late as August 1st and still get a harvest. Spinach is another one. Spinach you can grow in 45 days. So a lot of people don't realize this because a lot of gardening channels don't talk about it. And like I said, you don't have to pack up and you don't have to pivot. This is another one that you can, a lot of people don't grow this. This is bok choy. But bok choy can be grown in as little as 40 days. This is one everybody's familiar with. Lettuce, again, 60 days. Radishes, this is a little beat up, but you can grow radishes in 22 days. As a matter of fact, it tells you right on there, right on the label, harvest in about 22 days. Let's move on. This is one of my favorites, and I have to confess, I didn't realize that there were carrots that you can harvest in 60 days, but there it is. Days to harvest, 60. So there are quite a few vegetables that you can grow that will save you money, that you can plant. We're still in July. Keep in mind now, we haven't even gotten to August yet. So I'm giving you August the 1st as a start date, but really, if you're looking at 181 growing days like I am, you can probably still start these in the middle of August. Yes, it's possible that you might have frost before then. That's the reason why they make frost claws. There are reasons why uh, you can, uh, plant and still hedge a little bit. But keep in mind, most of these don't even take the whole 2 months to grow. Let's look at one of the new things that I'm growing this year. That's Jamaican sorrel, hibiscus. Now, I have to admit, I don't know a lot about this one. I have 3 of these growing in my garden right now. They're new, and the jury's still out. But from what I'm reading, from my research, these can also be grown in 60 days. So the last one, tomatoes. Now you're going to say, wait a minute, hold it. It takes 3 months to grow tomatoes. Well, these are cherry tomatoes. Cherry tomatoes do not take 3 months. Cherry tomatoes can be grown in about 55, 60 days. So that's my 12. But wait, there's more. There's also herbs that you can grow. So as a bonus, I'm going to give you 4 herbs that you can grow in 60 days or less. And we'll start with cilantro. Cilantro, 60 days. Basil. Basil, also 60 days. Dill, 40 days. And last but not least, as they say, spearmint, well, mint. So we have mint, we have basil, we have cilantro, we have dill. Why are we putting away our garden tools in July when we have so much more that we can grow before the summer's over? When you go to the Farmer's Almanac, it has been really refined. Modern technology can be a wonderful thing when it's used properly. There is a box where you can put in your zip code. It used to be that the information you received was by your region. You know, I've been gardening for a very long time, and I remember when you just put in which part of the country you were in, and then they got state specific where you put the state you were in or the zone you were in. Now they can pinpoint this down to your zip code. So you punch in your zip code and it tells you how many days you have to garden. And most of these you are familiar with. Most of these are things that you are growing currently or have grown this year. So, you know, I urge you to have a second planning. If you're in this for any of these 5 reasons, especially if you're trying to save money, I mean, I heard a sticker shock for when you go to buy cars, but you get sticker shock in the supermarket these days. So this is a way to supplement your grocery shopping, and most of these seeds you probably have already. So consider a second planning. And I have another video coming up that it's kind of a part 2 to this one, but I'm working on it. It takes me time to put these together. I'm kind of a one-man band these days, so you have to bear with me. But right now, if you subscribe, hit the notification bell. When the second part of this video comes out, you'll know. Until then, I am the Frugal Gardener, and like I always say, when you grow your own food, you'll always know where it comes from. You guys go out and grow something. Make it a great day. I'll catch you on the next one.